Hi everyone, thank you very much for dropping in and a big welcome to our new subscribers. Now it's Tuesday, TNT, and we've got the latest in the Forex-3D scam, which has been engulfing Thai social media for the last year. Also, taxi fares going up in Bangkok, and in some cases by quite a lot. Also, we've got the latest in that crash in Nepal. So all that coming up in today's TNT, and we start with, a big arrest in this Forex-3D scam, and a Singaporean Forex-3D scam mastermind arrested in Phuket. This story reported by Coconuts Bangkok. A Singaporean man suspected of orchestrating a massive and audacious Ponzi scheme is in police custody in Phuket. Well, our understanding is that he's actually been taken back to Bangkok at the moment. Now, his name's Daryl Yongui. He was arrested Monday morning at the Phuket International Airport, 2 months after a warrant was issued for his arrest in connection with Forex-3D scam, which defrauded thousands of investors upwards of 20 billion baht. Now, that amount is disputed in other articles, which we'll get to in just a moment. He's 32, the second paragraph, and wanted on suspicion of fraud and violating the Computer Crime Act, as per the details of the warrant, over his alleged role as a primary architect of the investment pyramid scheme, which promised large returns on foreign currency exchanges. He narrowly evaded capture on Saturday when DSI agents converged on his Bangkok condo. He wasn't there, and the years-long investigation has implicated numerous celebrities accused of loaning their star power to the scam. You infuse Thai celebrities and a scam, and boy, you've got a big story on social media here. So he was due to meet with DSI when he reportedly fled home to Singapore in October, before returning last month without incident, sparking intense public complaints about the inaction on the part of the Thai authorities. So he's been going in and out of immigration. He probably feels a bit empowered by the whole thing, and he was nabbed at Phuket Airport. Now, if you're trying to avoid police detection, the last thing you'd be doing is going through an airport. While dozens have been arrested, police are still looking for a Hungarian national, Yeti Polgari, who, along with Yongui, was a close associate of the Forex-3D founder Apirak Koti. Apirak, who was arrested exactly 1 year earlier, has been charged with fraud. Forex-3D started as a brokerage company which enticed people with returns of up to 80% on minimum investments of 50,000 baht. And then down the bottom there, nearly 10,000 Thais filed complaints over the Ponzi scheme. A score of victims staged a 2019 protest in front of the DSI Bangkok headquarters. So it looks like, 3 years, nearly 4 years later, some action is being taken, and the people who are behind this are at least being arrested. And I think a lot of this is because Thai social media has sort of shamed them into the situation. And the Bangkok Post says the only foreigner wanted for alleged involvement in the Forex-3D Ponzi scheme was arrested at Phuket International Airport yesterday. Well, I think the last article just said that they're also looking for a Hungarian man. And down the bottom there, the 32-year-old is a close associate with Apirak Koti, the imprisoned founder of the Ponzi scheme that allegedly caused 2.4 billion baht in losses to its victims, where the Coconut story was saying it was 20 billion. So quite a big difference there between 2.4 and 20 billion. He said the DSI would proceed to take legal action against Mr. Yongui, but gave no indication if any would be taken against his wife, Italian Thai model Sarah Casanini. I'm sure you're all just dying to see Sarah Casanini, what she looks like. Here's a few photos we found anyway. And there he is with his Italian Thai wife. And there he is again. And he's already been implicated because they're superimposing their photos on a Forex backdrop. So it says that Mr. Yongui's arrest followed the couple's appearance on a talk show on the 131 digital TV channel on January the 11th. So this couple is still living the high life and appearing on TV and playing the celebrity game. So either he's got nothing to hide or he's just damn stupid. Ms. Casanini claimed on the television program that she was not involved in the Forex-3D scheme and that her husband had returned to Thailand to try and prove he was innocent of any crimes linked to the scheme. And then down the bottom there, the DSI have pressed charges against him last October that included colluding to obtain loans to defraud, public fraud, and putting false information into a computer system. If putting false information into a computer system was a serious crime, then there'd be a lot more people in jail, including a few people in our comments section. Good morning to you. This is TNT and it's Tuesday. Great to have you with us. If you do get an opportunity, just press that subscribe button below. So you need to be on a desktop or a mobile phone. If you're on your TV at home, it's probably not going to work like that, but you need to get onto a computer or a mobile phone so you can click on that subscribe button. That doesn't cost you a cent, by the way, not a single cent. You're watching TNT. So we're going to be going to some more details on that Yeti Airlines crash in Nepal on Sunday soon. But first to Bangkok, and Bangkok taxi fares are starting to rise from today. And I've just got to mention this particular page. They've got a new banner on the nation Thailand, and you can't get rid of it down at the bottom. So it does somewhat get in the way, but that's okay, it's their page. The Transport Ministry updated Bangkok taxi fares with an announcement published in the Royal Gazette. However, fares will increase gradually as taxi drivers must first apply for meter adjustment and verification. Well, that's going to take a very, very long time because, of course, most of the meters on the taxis don't work. I don't know why, but they don't. The flag fall for ordinary taxis remains at 35 baht, but the fare for subsequent kilometres has been increased. And there's a list of the baht per kilometre. This is in the nationthailand.com. And these are the three things that we need to be aware of. The charge for traffic congestion and when the vehicle travels at less than 6 kilometres an hour has been increased by 1 to 3 baht per minute. And that could really add up in Bangkok traffic. Call taxis will cost an additional 20 baht in service fees, while taxis to and from Don Muang and Suvarnabhumi will cost an additional 50 baht. Also, the flag fall for large cabs will rise by 40 baht. So probably fair they haven't had a rise in the taxi fares for quite a long time. I would say the only thing they need to do is just get those meters working, and I think we'd all appreciate that. But then again, I've always found Bangkok taxis very fair and reasonable, certainly when compared to at least one prominent tourist location, which I won't mention, Phuket. So anyway, taxi prices going up in Bangkok. Interested to hear your comments on that. To our next story today, and this has been reported by the ABC in Australia. Authorities locate black boxes after Nepal plane crash. Airline confirms no survivors. Now, I'm sure some of you may have seen some video coverage of this, and I'm not going to show that today, but we'll allude to it, and I think there are a few frame grabs which I am prepared to show. A spokesperson for Yeti Airlines told the ABC there were no survivors from the flight, which had 72 people on board, including one Australian, given that this is Australian coverage, when it crashed in clear weather while attempting to land in the tourist city of Pokhara on Sunday. And just with the tick there, authorities said both onboard recorders were in good shape after being recovered. So those black boxes will, of course, give a lot more information, and we'll go to some of the theories about what aviation experts think happened. In footage taken by a passenger out of a window as the plane came in for a landing, buildings, roads and greenery are visible below. The video, verified by the Associated Press, then shows a violent jolt and a series of jerky images accompanied by yelling before flames fill the screen. That's a frame grab from another video. The plane coming in for landing, it does a steep bank to the left, a very sudden and steep bank to the left, and then it just continues rolling over until it hits the ground. An experienced pilot and founder of India's Safety Matters Foundation said the video appears to show a stall, a situation in which a plane loses lift, something especially likely at low speeds. After seeing a video showing the moments before a plane crashed in Nepal, aviation experts are saying it appears the aircraft stalled while coming into land. Well, if that happened, then they're saying that it stalled on one wing, causing it to roll over like it did. Noting that, of course, the higher you go, the higher the altitude, the faster you actually have to be flying, because the air will sort of thinner, if that's the best way to describe that. Was a very experienced pilot on board, and I would have thought they would have known all that and taken it into account, but we'll have to wait until those black boxes are fully analysed until we find out. Now, the plane was on a scheduled flight from Kathmandu to Pokhara, gateway to the scenic Annapurna mountain range, was carrying 57 Nepalese, 5 Indians, 4 Russians, 2 South Koreans and 1 person each from Argentina, Ireland, Australia and France. So that is the latest on that Nepalese plane crash, and we'll keep you up to date on that. My former partner was from Nepal, and I've done that flight from Kathmandu to Pokhara, and it's a very, very beautiful part of the world, and I know the Nepalese people are taking this crash very seriously, and they had a national day of mourning in Nepal yesterday. Continuing with TNT today, and foreigners must follow visa rules. This story from the Bangkok Post. The Royal Thai Police have instructed all relevant authorities, including the Immigration Bureau and Tourist Police, to ensure all foreign residents do not violate their visa conditions during their stay in the country. So it says the instruction followed a complaint made by a food vendor along Bangkok's Yaorat Road about Chinese tourists running businesses using local nominees, which is a violation of the kingdom's laws. Under current rules, foreign citizens on a tourist visa are not allowed to work in Thailand. Furthermore, there are certain jobs which expats are barred from taking up, which include tour guides and street food vendors. And down the bottom there, police say that Chinese citizens can get a tourist visa on arrival, which allows them to stay in the country for no longer than 30 days. Those who are found to be violating the condition of their stay will be deported, barred from re-entering the country. Foreigners who wish to run a food and beverage business in the country must acquire the required permit from the Department of Business Development. Any Thai co-investor in the business is also required to show proof that they have means to invest in such a business. Expats are not allowed to co-invest in a business that has been registered with authorities. I think they should be saying has not been registered with authorities. And then down the bottom there, Thai citizens who are foreigners' nominees face up to 3 years imprisonment and or a fine between 100,000 to a million baht. So it all seems to have been fired up from this situation in Chinatown with a Chinese person on a tourist visa apparently trying to set up a store and pissing off some of the Thai traders. So this is going to be interesting to see how it unfolds, but using a Thai nominee company, I think, has got quite a lot of problems. And as I said yesterday, and I'll say it again, if you are running a company with Thai nominees, just make sure you get everything checked over by a lawyer, because it looks like there is a crackdown in place. Thai PBS World reporting that Russian tourists abandoned on an island off Pattaya have been rescued. A family of 6 Russian tourists were safely brought ashore in Pattaya on Sunday night by Thai tourist police after they were abandoned on Sak Island by a boat service operator. There were 4 adults and 2 children, and the boat was provided at the Bali High Beach at around 11 a.m. on Sunday. The boat was supposed to bring them back ashore in Pattaya at about 5, but it didn't show up. One of the group told the Pattaya Tourist Police that while the island is very scenic, the boat service was very disappointing and the incident will hurt the Thai tourism industry. They didn't appreciate the additional time they had on the island, it seems. They went to see the man tasked with looking after the private island, who in turn sought help from Pattaya police. A boat was sent to pick up the abandoned tourists. They were taken back to the hotel. One tourist police officer admitted there had been several incidents of boat service providers abandoning their customers who travelled to Koh Sak and Koh Lan. So some Russian tourists not really happy with their unplanned additional time on Cossack. And just finally today, CIB warns netizens of smartphone hacking risk. This being reported by the Bangkok Post. You know, when they've got these charging stations and you put the lightning connector into your iPhone or whatever phone that you have, you connect to, well, you think you're connecting to the power, but you might be connecting to more than that. Let's go to the story. It says the CIB has warned the public to be vigilant when charging their smartphones in public, saying hackers might modify charging cables to skim phone owners' personal information. Hackers can use remote access points to control skimming chips that's embedded in every type of charger port. The chip can be used by hackers to skim personal information from smartphones, including passwords, financial data, and bank account numbers, or to infect them with malware. And the concern about hacking cables surfaced after January 8th. A post made on Facebook, person claimed that he'd lost over 100,000 baht from a bank account after charging his phone in public. So that's some good advice there. Just be careful if you're plugging your phone in, just follow the cable back and make sure it's going into a power socket, that there's no other wires coming off that wire or there's no other black boxes in between. So some good advice there from the Bangkok Post. And with that, we thank you very much for watching. Remembering from next week, we've got Nick joining us on the program each day. So we just tweak and twiddle the program just a little bit. And I've got a whole lot of boxes arriving over the next few days, and I'll be also connecting cables and things to just add a few extra toys and services to TNT as we move into this year. Thanks for watching today. Please subscribe to the channel. Big thanks to our sponsor, of course, 5 Star Marine in Phuket, for a magnificent private day tour if you're heading out to the islands. Thanks to them, and thanks to you. We'll see you tomorrow.